For us to take you to the streets where Nigerians are saying a whole lot when it comes to the social media platforms. Olamide is here to give us, what Nigerians are actually saying, regarding this. Olamide.
Honestly, today's segment is very juicy, team. There's a lot to get into. Shall we head right in?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your input, team. Moving on, a woman has taken legal action against popular TikTok streamer Habib Hamzat, who we all know as Peller, over a viral confrontation that was captured at a lounge in Lagos last year. Now, the woman, identified as Osarobo Digye, is now demanding 395 million naira in damages, alleging that Peller recorded and shared the incident without her consent after a disagreement at Folix Lounge. According to documents that are now circulating online, she claims that the video triggered cyberbullying, emotional distress, and reputational damage after it spread widely across social media. Her legal team is also alleging that during the confrontation, Peller verbally insulted her before posting the clip to his large online audience. Her claim includes 200 million naira for alleged defamation, 100 million naira for the emotional trauma the conflict caused her, and 75 million naira linked to threats and online harassment she faced as a result. Have a look at this video. I believe there's a video of her saying on TVC News, on Two Sides with Ria Abdul, saying that she wasn't looking for a monetary compensation. Is there anywhere I can get that video up? Okay, well, due to issues, we're not going to play that, but let's have a look at what you have to say about that on social media. Babaki of Wari says, I knew this would happen after seeing the video. If this is well followed, it will teach him a lesson on how to talk to people. News Lover PR says, Peller has built a career on being a public nuisance, so seeing him get this by the legal system is a well-deserved humbling for his lack of home training. And finally, City PR says, but the lady confirmed on TVC News that she doesn't want money or anything. She Sapa don't hold them. City PR, I said the same thing. Team, very interesting to see here. Peller is being dragged to court. I constantly say that there are real-life consequences for online behavior. She was on TVC News. We have a wonderful show called Two Sides with Ria Abdul. And, Ria Abdul interviewed this woman and she said, I'm not looking for money. I don't want monetary compensation. I want accountability. But on the other hand, she did say, but, if he does choose to compensate me, it is welcome, but I'm not going to coerce him. But now we're seeing a full-on lawsuit, Mr. Shomi.
Honestly speaking, I hope Peller is not getting himself in trouble. You cannot do what has been alleged. You record an event without somebody's permission and then put it on social media simply because you think you have a followership that could put her into ridicule. I mean, that should never be acceptable to start with. That does not mean that Peller is guilty. He has not been tried of any offense or anything. But the fact of the matter is there is the issue of cyber stalking, there is the issue of causing emotional trauma. You are in a very powerful position, you have a powerful following, and therefore putting such a thing out in public would actually certainly put the woman into ridicule. So it's quite unfortunate this is happening. I hope people like Peller and others will learn from this.
For me, I want to praise the woman for having the boldness to go to court. Yes, she ordinarily may not have wanted money, but her lawyer will tell her, look, you are sitting on a gold mine. Let's go ahead, let's do this thing, and so on and so on. And she got convinced. And it says 395, but the breakdown is 375. So which of the figures are you looking for? All in all, I'm happy something like this is happening. I want to see this case go to court, and I want to hear the verdict.
Well, 200 million naira for alleged defamation, 100 million naira for emotional trauma, 75 million naira linked to threats and online harassment. I love this. It's quite interesting when you're able to break down when the judge asks you, okay, what exactly are you charging for? and then you see, you know, when we do things.
Itemized list.
It's like a shopping list.
Absolutely, shopping list. When you do things and then you feel like you're above the world and no one can stop you, nothing can stop you. There is no stopping you. So you can do whatever it is that you like. At a point, I saw a video, I mean, that same video where Peller was saying, look at her shoe, look at these, and then even throwing invectives at her. Come on, everyone deserves dignity. If you're in a public place, you need to behave like, don't behave like a public person. You need to behave like a reasonable person, not because you're in a public place, you can film anyone, you can say anything. I feel if this thing actually sails through, Peller will have a serious lesson, you know, to learn. Peller is a good guy, all the same. Some people indirectly are throwing shades at, you know, his parents. We shouldn't be, but we know how it happens. So you need to be very careful. When you make your noise and you're making your money, you also need to add some sense of decorum.
Absolutely, and as someone who has, you know, experienced online bullying in a public way, I'll tell you that it's not a joke at all. It takes a toll and it takes very thick skin, and no woman should be called the names that Peller called that woman, no matter what. Thank you so much for your input, team.
You're welcome.
Moving on into roads, Stephanie Promise Ikedieze, the wife of Nollywood star Chinedu Ikedieze, is drawing attention online after she was filmed filling potholes in Ikeja. Now, Stephanie arrived with bags of gravel and cement in her car boot, and she personally patched damaged sections on the road, saying that the goal was simply to make driving easier and safer for motorists in the area. As you can see there, she's dragging that bag of cement, she's filming it, she's got her boots on, and she's getting to work. And after sharing this video on Instagram, reactions quickly poured in, with many Nigerians praising her for stepping in where authorities have been criticized for sometimes falling short. Others, however, questioned whether the roadwork had official approval and raised concerns about the possible issues with carrying out repairs without proper clearance. This is a very welcome development, I must say. Now, team, it's very interesting to see. Now, we know that roads, they are government-controlled infrastructure, and whether it's a state or federal road, it's left for the Federal Ministry of Works, you know. So what are the government implications of this on one hand? On the other hand, I believe that this is a wonderful example for civic duty. She saw a problem and she instantly became a solution without holding the federal government accountable or anybody else. She said, there's a problem in my area and I am the first port of call and it is my duty. And I think we could all take a page out of her book.
Yeah, this is a very strange case in the sense that, look, it's just like your transformer is faulty or your 33 kVA line is out one way or the other and you choose to go and fix it yourself. You cannot do that. You need permission to do that. On public roads, you cannot. Not even a state government will go on federal road to repair it without approval, or a local government will go on a state road without approval. It's not just allowed. We should learn how to live within the rule of law in our country. She does not even understand the risk she's posing to herself. If somebody drives on that patched road and then a portion of it should come off and damage another vehicle, she could still be liable for that. Because she's not occupationally qualified, or it has not been disclosed that she's occupationally qualified, you know, as a road engineer or mechanical engineer to fix the road. So for me, I think this should never have happened, and not to the point of getting it transmitted.
Mr. Shaw, I beg to disagree with you, because in Nigeria, even on federal roads, we see boys trying to patch bad areas, and they use that as an opportunity to seek for arms. Now, what she is seeking for is views on her social media handle, and she did it this way. I'm sure she's gotten plenty of views already. I mean, she's on trending now, and a whole lot of people are talking about it. But next time, sis, anything that has to do with state government infrastructure, you need permission before you jump in.
Toba Plains is the devil's advocate. but all the same, I feel it's a good gesture, it's nice. But one thing is, I do not like, I'm not a fan of any kind gesture or good gesture that is done and then done in front of a camera. I really do not subscribe to something like that. If you really genuinely want to help, do it without anyone spotting you. This is clearly you know, you being filmed from you picking it up from the back of, I mean, from the boat and then taking it to the road, fixing it without, we are not sure whether you have the knowledge. But I love the optics, you know, it's okay. And it's a wake-up call to whoever is responsible for that road, maybe local government chairman, maybe state government, maybe the federal government. This is a slap, huge slap on your face. You have to fix all our roads. Yes, we understand that the federal government is doing so many roads, but there are still some roads that are not being fixed by, you know, the local councils, the state government, across the nation. So, you know, it pisses me off when I see even some local government chairmen, you know, fixing some roads that are not even up to 10 kilometers, doing it for like 3-4 years. I don't know.
Now, Tim, all while you were speaking, all of you, the only thing that was on my mind was, how can I get this woman to come to my road? Because my car is struggling with the potholes. How can I get her to come and feel the issues on my road? Thank you so much for your input.